Let's look at the graph of a perfect competitor and learn how to analyze that graph. Here we have the graph of a perfect competitor. We know it's a perfect competitor as soon as we see it because the demand and marginal revenue curve is the same line, and it's just a perfectly horizontal line. In the long run, the perfect competitor breaks even. In the short run, it may take a loss or make a profit. We know just as soon as we look at the graph what the situation is. In this situation, they're taking a loss. And I know that because the average total cost curve is above the demand curve at all points. So they're in the short run. They're not going to stay in business in the long run if they're taking a loss. We can determine the amount of their profit or loss by looking at the graph also. We can do that by using this formula, price minus average total cost times output. And we know what output they're going to operate at because they're going to operate at the output where marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue. Another way of looking at that is to know that we want to know their profit is the area of this box right here. You can look at this box. This is going to be price minus average total cost. That's what this line here is. That's the price. That's the average total cost. So that's price minus average total cost. The length of that line is the output. So the area of this box is equivalent to this formula right here. So this box right here, the area of that is their profit. So in this case, price is 5 minus 6 is -1 times their output of 5. So it's -1 times 5, so their profit is -5. We already said that they had a loss. Let's look at the graph of a perfect competitor that's making a profit. If they're making a profit, their average total cost curve is going to come down here below their demand curve at some point. So if you see a graph that looks like that, they're making a profit. They're operating in the short run because they're not going to be able to make a profit in the long run. Too much competition. So in this situation, they're going to operate at the point where marginal cost is equal to marginal revenue. That's this point. That's their price minus their average total cost. That's straight down to here. So that's price minus average total cost right there. Their output is that. So this box right here is their profit. That box. That's also equivalent to this formula. Price minus average total cost times their output. So let's look at a firm that's breaking even. That firm right there is breaking even. We know that because price minus average total cost is the same point right here. So that's going to be 0. So 0 times output is 0. So that firm is breaking even. They're in the long run. In the long run, the perfect competitor breaks even. And that's how you analyze the graph of a perfect competitor.